What if embracing slow living doesn't mean that you have to let go of your ambitions and that you can slow down in life, but still feel like you've accomplished enough at the end of each day? In today's video, I'm sharing how to structure a slower, more intentional life without losing the drive to accomplish things that matter to you. Lately, I've begun to realize that there's a fine line between slowing down and exiting, I'll call it that hustle way of being, and letting yourself become, maybe a bit apathetic or losing momentum towards the things that you care about. It can be easy to do. In reading some of your comments on other videos and in talking to friends that have recently retired, I've realized that I'm not alone in recognizing this challenge of finding that ideal balance between really being present for your life and feeling productive at the same time. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 areas of life focus and activities within each to help you find your ideal balance. I'll share with you some key practices that I'm finding are helping me make sure that I feel really good about this slower lifestyle. Before we get started, just a quick reminder to hit the subscribe button if you're looking for more ways to help yourself live a slower, more intentional life, as that's the kind of videos I like to create here. So when I think about the core areas of life that it really makes sense to slow down for, well, wellness is one of those areas. I mean, we all want to feel good, and we know that to do this, you have to take care of your body and your mind. They both need to be maintained. The problem is that for many of us, this often is where we try to cut corners in our lives. I mean, I certainly did for many years. And while I do spend quite a bit of time on activities that do benefit my health, I find that when I'm feeling good, then I have the energy and the motivation to tackle other projects as well. And so this really helps when you're seeking that ideal balance between slowing down to be present in your life, but also being productive at the same time. I had a conversation just the other day while I was laying on a table with needles stuck in various locations on my body that really underscored why, particularly in your midlife and beyond, it's so important to spend time on wellness. Yes, I was getting an acupuncture treatment, and well, honestly, I'm not particularly fond of the experience. I can say that I do notice an impact afterwards. Anyway, recently I had gone a couple times to strengthen my lungs. I've had this lingering cough from a cold that I got almost a year ago now, and it's never gone away. So I was hoping that the acupuncture might help. And in addition, autumn is the most sensitive time of year for your lungs. While I was there, the acupuncturist explained that in traditional Chinese medicine, it's thought that by the time you're 35 years of age, that your capacity for turning things such as food that you consume into like bone tissue and cells, etc., your capacity to do that goes down by 50% of the capacity that you had when you were born. I was like, wow. And then after that, it quickly decreases even further. Kind of depressing. Anyway, I've almost hit 60 myself, and I do know that it takes more of my attention and my time these days to maintain my health. So unless you want to feel lousy as you age, I really do think that your health is one of those core areas that's really a good place to focus on for slowing down in your life. So I'll share with you a few of my non-negotiables for when it comes to my own wellness. But before I do, if you're inspired to add any of these to your own routines, I would just suggest that you just pick maybe one or two at the very most to start out with. You'll just be a lot more likely to make them a habit that way. And also, if you feel like you're good in this area of your life, just a reminder, you can use the chapters to skip ahead to the next core area of focus. One thing that I do every morning is I take a little time to meditate. I can't say that I particularly enjoy it, and I don't do it for a very long time, usually only about, 7 to 10 minutes. But it is a wonderful way of helping you to, got a spider web there, helping you to stay focused throughout the day and have a calm mind. So you can read about all the amazing benefits from just a short period of meditation each day. So I won't go into that, but I can say that I have not come across anyone that I've talked to that has done it consistently that hasn't felt like that it's helped them in some way. After I get done meditating, I also do a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing. And this technique in particular, it's believed to help calm your nervous system and to help balance your hormones as well. Going under a log here. And then while I'm doing the breath work, I also do some Kegel exercises at the same time. I feel like it's a great time to do those. Otherwise, I probably won't do them later in the day. And unless you want to risk suffering from incontinence at some point in your life, these are muscles that need a workout too. Side note that while we often think about these for women and think of that as like a women's exercise, they actually can benefit men too. The other thing that I do daily is I get outside early in the morning to help with getting some sunshine and setting my circadian rhythm. Sometimes I take my hot drink and I sit on our front steps and watch the sunrise, or maybe I'll journal for a few minutes if it's a nice morning. Exercise, I know a lot of people struggle with this, and I certainly have over the years, but moving your body in multiple ways to keep everything working as you age is so important. So really finding something that you enjoy. I'm out walking today, and walking is honestly one of the best exercises you can get. And it's so easy, plus you get the benefits of nature, looking at the trees and listening to the birds, etc. I mean, even if you're in your neighborhood, all this is really calming to your nervous system. Moving on to the next area of focus. This one might surprise you, but I challenge you to do something that you don't want to do each day. There's one portion of your brain, it's called the anterior cingulate cortex, that you'll be working out if you do this. And if you do it every day, it will increase your resilience and your level of motivation. So when you slow down your pace in life, particularly if you slow it quite a lot, you may worry that you won't have the same inner drive to accomplish much anymore. And this will help make sure that you keep your drive. One of the things that I do every day that I don't like to do is when I'm finishing up my shower, I finish it up with cold water. I love a good hot shower, and I really have to psych myself up each day to do this. So maybe you don't want to take a cold shower every day. What else can you do? Well, just push yourself to try new things, or to do things that make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, maybe even a little scared. I was actually thinking about starting a new playlist here on my channel for 60 adventures at 60. I'm going to turn 60 next week, and I was thinking that this coming year of my life, I'd like to challenge myself to seek out at least 60 new adventures in the year. So let me know in the comments if you think making videos about what I do for that would make an interesting playlist, and if you'd like to watch that kind of thing. When you are practicing a slower lifestyle, you may find yourself wanting to procrastinate a bit more than you used to, or more than you'd like. And to counter this tendency, I think it's really helpful to have projects in your life that you schedule time to work on, and that you schedule time to do them regularly. If you don't schedule the time, you'll be more likely to put off working on the things that you want to accomplish. So when you choose projects, I think it's good to choose things where you're building something or growing or creating something, but whatever you choose in this core area, I think it's also good to try and find something that gives you the ability to express your creativity as well. I get a lot of creative expression from everything really that I do in my business of J&B Living, and also out of making these videos as well. But there's countless projects that you can undertake creating, whether it's, making yourself a flower garden, or refurbishing a piece of furniture, or starting a side business. Just follow your curiosity. And if you have trouble choosing projects for your life, you may want to check out my guide to creating your dream bucket list. That can help kind of get the creative juices flowing. And then the last area of focus that I really feel is something worth slowing down for is to nurture your relationships. We are social creatures, and it feels really good to genuinely connect with other humans, to really connect. And the only thing I can think of to mention here in terms of finding balance in this area of focus is to make sure to include yourself in the scope of relationships as well. Continually practicing being a better listener, both for others, but as well as for yourself too. This area has probably been one of the most rewarding areas of slowing down my pace for me. My mother told me that my daughter recently mentioned to her the other day what a difference she had noticed in our last visit together. She had felt that I was really there and not thinking about what I needed to get done in other areas of my life, which is something that I had really done in the past. And if nothing else, I hope that you're able to slow down enough that you can experience this in your relationships as well. So as we wrap up here today, I hope that you'll feel compelled to give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends, and I just want to let you know too that in my descriptions to this video and to all my videos, you'll find links to various resources that I think you might find helpful in your own journey to living more intentionally. So until next time, slow down, smile often, and remember that you are amazing.